channel, everybody. This is your girl Kicks for Fresh, and I'm back at it again with another video. Now, by the title of this video, you already know that I'm going to be talking about my thoughts about the Nike Black History Month collection that just dropped a couple of days ago. Now, if you don't follow me on Instagram and you have an Instagram, please make sure to go follow me. And the reason being is because I actually do polls of some of the latest shoe drops or shoes that are about to drop. And so essentially I have some stuff that I'm going to be putting up over here, which basically is the results of the poll. So y'all know that I'm not just crazy when we talk about these shoes. So my Instagram is Kicks for Fresh, just like my channel. And if you don't have Instagram, I apologize. I'll try to figure out a different way to engage you all. So before we get into this video, if you can go ahead and comment below, what shoes have you actually copped this month, this year, or are there shoes that you're anticipate on copping this year? Just kind of want to hear from you in terms of that. Go ahead and like this video, and then ultimately make sure to subscribe to the channel. I do have weekly videos that are coming up, and I have a lot more content coming up. And as I grow as a small YouTuber, I definitely want to hear, all you all's thoughts and opinions in my comment section. Now, let's get into the real deal in terms of these shoes. So basically what I did was that I put a poll of 3 of the shoes that came out just a couple of days ago, and I kind of wanted to see if people were feeling them or if they were not feeling them. I will just go ahead and say, overwhelmingly, most people were not feeling these shoes. And I have to agree in some cases. And then other cases, I'm like, I like to learn a little bit more. So the first shoe that I actually put up on my Instagram story was the Air Max 95. So these did have a price point of $180, which I thought was very manageable, and it was consistent with a lot of the different 95s. In terms of the pros of the shoe, I really liked the colorway, to be honest. Like, I didn't have really any issues with the colors that they chose to put on the shoe. But some of the cons for me, I personally am not a big fan of the 95s. One of the reasons being that my feet are very wide, and I just feel like when I put on those shoes, like, they just don't look good to me on my feet. So I personally just don't own a pair, and I really don't see myself getting a pair. And then also on the heel of the shoe in the toe box, you have kind of this like rip away white vinyl leather. I really don't know what the material is. Maybe it's just plastic, but I just really wasn't feeling that. And I guess with the stories, you're kind of breaking away any barriers that you have had or will have just as, an African American in the United States. So I understood the story, but I think the execution just could have been a little bit better on these shoes. But overwhelmingly, people were not really feeling them. I can totally understand, and I do believe Sneakers does have a couple of pairs that they do have on hand. So if you still want to get them shoes and they have your size, be my guest. Now, the other shoe that I posted was the Chuck Taylor, and I do believe they retailed at $70 or $75. I don't remember. Those shoes sold out. So again, in terms of the colorway and in terms of the pros of the shoe, you can't go wrong with a high top classic Chuck Taylor shoe. The colorway was dope in my opinion, and what they did with all the different textures and textiles on the shoe and kind of the patchwork. The cons for me was the shoes were, I believe, a little mix-match. Like the right shoe wasn't the same as the left shoe. I personally don't like that on tennis shoes. I don't have any shoes that have that. And I also just don't intend on buying something like that. I don't know. I just really wasn't feeling it. But overall, they did sell out on Sneakers. And I do think that $75 was cool. Like, it was a little steep, but if you wanted the shoe and it was something that you would be able to kind of swag out and have a fit with it, then I'm cool, do you. And I'm glad that you were able to cop if you did cop them. Now, the last shoe. First of all, why would y'all go and mess up the Air Force One like that? Like, y'all already know the white shoes, that's a African American person classic. And the black shoes, the all blacks, that's the Nook if you buck 1000s. So why would you go and do something to the shoe like that when, I couldn't even wrap my mind around it when I saw it. Let's go ahead and talk about the pros, because there are some things that are pros with this shoe. So the pros for me was the fact that it was an Air Force One, so I do appreciate that they used that silhouette for this Black History Month collection. The other pro is the colorway again. I wasn't mad at the colors that they chose to put on the shoe. So I was cool with them too. Now, in terms of what was the heck was wrong with the shoe, what was that mirror situation? Like on the toe, in the toe box? Like I don't understand that. If you understand that, you kind of can tell me what they was trying to do with that shoe. Be my guest. Comment below. Also, I personally just didn't like the lacing system where it only had, 4 holes for the laces? Nah, bruh, don't ever do that on any shoe. None of them. Not even on toddler shoes where you know they don't know how to tie their shoes. Like, I'd rather have a strap on that bad boy than I would that lacing system. The other thing that I personally just didn't like about the shoe, like I love that the Nike check was red, but I personally just didn't like how they had them strings on it. It just made it look cheap to me. And I don't know if that's what they were, I don't know what they were going for, but it just was a miss for me. And as you can see, a lot of people also weren't feeling the shoes and they are sitting on sneakers. So basically, overall, I would say if I was to rate this Black History Month collection, I would give it a 6 or a 6.5 out of 10. Because the Nike, the Air Max 95, I loved it except for the back and the front, like the toe box and the back of the shoe, the heel of the shoe. The Chuck Taylors, I really don't have too much negative things to say about those, but I think the Air Force Ones just made the score go way down. Like we honestly could have lived without those shoes at all. So I'm just a little disappointed that is what we got for Black History Month. But essentially I did get the UNC to Chicago ones that were that women's exclusive. So I feel still pretty good about the purchases that I were able to cop, this month. But at the same time, I was really just disappointed in the Black History Month collection for Nike. I did see some socks I think I was in Finish Line that just had the Black History Month logo that they put on all the shoes. I started to buy them, but one pair was $18 and I just thought that was outrageous. I go to Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Ross, whoever got the Nike socks because I can't be paying $18 for one pair when I can go get 6 pair for $11. You hear me? Okay. And then I just really want to quickly give a shout out to one of my friends that has an e-commerce business. It's called Purpose in Everything or piemovement.com. If you love this shirt, which is Stop Calling the Police on Black People, and on the back, I'm actually going to show y'all the back of the shirt. So it basically just has all of the things that Black people can't do in white America. So it's Black History Month. I basically wanted to rock this. It's super comfortable. It's a very good material. But 5% of the proceeds that she makes from these shirts and other items that she has on her website does go towards social justice initiatives. And so I'm very, very excited to see the success of her company. And I'll wear some more of her shirts here later on in some of my other content. But thank you so much again for rocking with me. And if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe below and then comment below if you feel the same way in terms of, what I said about the Black History Month collection, or if you copped either the Air Max 95s, the Chuck Taylors, or the Air Force Ones. Like, I hope you didn't, but if you did, that's cool, because I may not like what you like and you may not like what I like. But until next time, peace.